Join me for breakfast at the Mount William Hotel as we look at the Powes, Pakop, and Marape's Vagrancy Act, which was passed by 81 lunatics on the floor of Parliament. Firstly, when you pass a law on the floor of Parliament, it's got to endure or last. It's got a permanency in law. And before you pass a law, you got to know why you're passing that law. Now, we have seen a lot of stupid things happening on the floor of Parliament, like the extension of the Prime Minister's term in office by another 18 months if a motion of no confidence fails. And that was passed by the same 80 lunatics on the floor of Parliament. Now, the motion of no confidence is one that is a provision that is very necessary to control the physical and mental capability of a prime minister or a minister. But that was overlooked, and it became a marketplace for politicians to accept money to pass laws. Now, likewise, they passed the Vagrancy Act. Now, a vagrant is some person with no employment record and no home to live in. Now, Powes Pakop, who boasts about holding a master's in law, does not understand the rudiments of the law, meaning that you can't apply that law anywhere on anybody. If a person from the village of Anobada or Tatana creates or causes vandalism and is taken up for vagrancy, how do you deport that person out of Port Moresby? You need to send him back to his own village. And if he's from Anobada, you will only send him back to Anobada and no other place. So this law does not have any meaningful outcome. It's just a stupid exercise aimed at gaining popularity. Now, Governor Pakop, you tell us, you have a pseudo police force known as city rangers. Now, let me tell you, 100% of them do not have homes. So which category do they fall in? Do you understand the law, Mr. Pakop? These are vagrants that you've employed as rangers. And there is a pseudo police force with no actual powers. They don't fall under the police, the Papua New Guinea Police Constabulary Act. So when passing laws, parliamentarians have to be careful. Recently, we've seen some mad people on the floor of Parliament. And firstly, we'll start with the Prime Minister. He has accused someone, a person, for having committed adultery with him, who is a private person, and she has the right to her own privacy. And you have named her as an adulterer. We don't know who that person is, but you claim that she was your former wife. And you are the Prime Minister making such a public statement on the floor of Parliament. Now, how do you compensate for the damages, the trauma you've caused her? As a wife, as a mother, as a person in the community. James Marape, I don't know where you come from, but you definitely are a TNT. Secondly, you look at a medical doctor who's a member of parliament called Dr. Billy Joseph. He goes on to defend somebody from Nipa Kutubu who looks too old to be in the military. And he has the personal details about that person. Now, is the minister a member of the recruitment team from the PNGDF? This is how stupid we have. This is how stupid the leaders we have on the floor of parliament. And again, back to the question of vagrancy. Of course, how do you define 100% of those members of the city rangers who are categorized as vagrants because, to start with, they don't have a home and they never had any job until you employed them into this pseudo force? So how does the vagrancy here come into play? Now, you might as well strip off your LLM because you have nothing between your 2 ears, Governor Paco, and you should now say sorry to the people of Port Moresby because you are blaming them for something that you are incapable of doing, and that is providing employment for the youths and the people in the city. Tell us on record, Prime Minister Marape and Governor Paco, tell us how many jobs you have created in the last 5 years. Now, if you have not created any jobs, you too much will resign because both of you are idiots. Thank you for watching me. Mohammed John Endemongo Kua.